A battle of all day and all night long of Byron versus Hamlin ends up with Chastain winning. NASCAR makes its debut on Amazon Prime. A Coca-Cola 600 to talk about, and a failed attempt at the double to talk about once again. Let's recap the Coca-Cola 600 and the greatest day in racing. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to a brand new video here today on the channel. In today's video, ladies and gentlemen, we will be reviewing the 2025 Coca-Cola 600, as well as also talking about the greatest day in racing. Yes, we had the Monaco Grand Prix this morning. It was pretty basic and simple. Lando Norris won, but with the mandatory two-stop strategy, there was a lot of guys backing each other up, to say the least. It was a long day. Like, God, the Mercedes, man, I don't even know what they were thinking the whole time. It was something, to say the least. But oh my God, yeah, no, go watch the Monaco highlights if you want to understand more of what I'm talking about, because like essentially what would happen is driver B would be behind driver A, and then nobody can overtake at Monaco, so driver B would slow down by over 20 seconds in like 5 or 6 laps, and then the driver A could make their pit stop, drive away, and still have the position. Pretty much is exactly what we saw the whole night. And at Indy, well, we'll talk about Kyle Larson here in a bit too. I picked a rough day to wear this, didn't I? Wanted to show support for the boy, wanted to see him succeed, but yeah, unfortunately it was not Kyle Larson's day. He went for a spin in lap 92 of the Indianapolis 500. Just went for a downshift at the wrong time, and yeah, completely lost the rear end of the car. He went around, he took out Kiffin Simpson and Stingray Robb. Few friends who I got to tune into the Indy 500 for the first time were absolutely loving the name of Stingray Robb. But anyway, yeah, Alex Palou won. God damn it, man. Why does Alex Palou have to ruin everybody else's fun? Why couldn't Pato O'Ward win? Why couldn't David Malukas or Marcus Ericsson? Why couldn't Connor Daly win? Why? I wanted... Oh, dude, how cool would it have been if Connor Daly won the 500? Oh, I wanted that so bad. And then when his right rear tire went off, I was like, no, Connor. This can't happen to Connor, man. Oh, well. What can you do? But anyway, we got the Coke 6 to talk about. Yeah, where do I even start? You know what's kind of crazy? Is that even after all that in Indianapolis, Larson lands in Charlotte. He gets there at like... I think it was... I'm just realizing I don't even have a studio light turned on. Sorry, but if it's bright for like 2 seconds. Okay, come on. There you go. That's the right button. Alrighty. So yeah, Larson... He landed in Charlotte from Indianapolis at like 10 after 5 Eastern time. So yeah, the race started at 6. Kyle Larson did manage to take the lead from Briscoe on lap 1 of the Charlotte 600. And, well, at the time of green flag pit stops, it kind of went down the drain from there for the number 5 team. He went for a spin, unfortunately, and yeah, that was... not the move, not what Kyle Larson wanted for his day, to say the least. But hey, what can you do? It happens. That is just racing. The 5 car went for a slide. This was essentially where his toe link got damaged. It ruined him for a lot of the day, to be honest. It was not of any fault of his own. It's just the way it goes sometimes, and I don't even mean to click that. Then we had an incident here for Alex Bowman towards the end of stage 1. I'm just looking back at the highlights here on Twitter. Very long race, but a very good race as well, and a very well broadcasted race. Thank God for that. Amazon Prime. Oh, you are such a breath of fresh air. Such a breath of fresh air. Thank God for Amazon Prime, man. But anyway, yeah, let's talk about Alex Bowman's crash at the end of stage 1. Pretty much after the Larson crash, I mean, Larson was dominant in the first half of stage 1, and then at the end of stage number 1, Alex Bowman that had pretty well the same incident that Larson had, just This time he hit the wall and slid the exact same way to the end of stage number 1. William Byron did pick up the stage 1 win. It was a dominant night of stage wins for the 24 team. Then we had an incident in the beginning of stage number 2 where Jimmy Johnson, unfortunately, got into the wall in turn 4. Turn 4 was Calamity Corner today by the looks of it. All the incidents were happening in turn 4. Jimmy Johnson, Connor Zillage, and Cole Custer were all involved in this one. Johnson just got into the wall. Zillage was behind Johnson, just trying to avoid it. He went off the nose of Cole Custer, and the wreck just ensued from there. That was the end of the day for... Well, Connor Zillage stayed out on track. He was able to complete the race, but I don't know what the state of Cole Custer's Texas A&M Ford was like. Connor Zillage's Red Bull Chevy held on. Jimmy Johnson's Carvana Toyota was done for the day, unfortunately. The 700 start is a last place finish for Jimmy Johnson. I'm just looking back at this great save by Shane Van Gisbergen, and I almost forgot that happened, to be honest. Man, they're not going to get at my driver of the day, but I want to give a big round of applause for the legacy cars, especially John Hunter Nemechek. I don't know where Eric Jones ended up finishing, but John Hunter Nemechek held down the top 5 for at least the first half of the race. I think as the race transitioned tonight, he started to fall back a bit more, but like, tip of the hat to John Hunter Nemechek, man. He was holding it down for the big boys. Like, he was even going toe-to-toe with, like, Christopher Bell and Denny Hamlin and Tyler Reddick for a bit. I know they're in the same manufacturer, but this is for the top 5 positions. Like, John Hunter Nemechek, bravo. Like, take a bow, son. Take a bow. You were absolutely phenomenal today. I mean, the stage 2 was kind of the boring phase of the race. William Byron took himself to another stage win. We took our annual moment of remembrance in the Coca-Cola 600 to honor the fallen troops of the United States of America in the end of stage 2, as we always do. I mean, I'm not American, but hell, respect to the American troops. Right after we came back to the end of the end of that stage, when we started stage 3, we had an incident here with Zane Smith and Shane Van Gisbergen. The Benabone car of, SVG wasn't really involved, to be honest. Honestly, Zane just got loose coming off a 2. Head down into the fence, and yeah, that was the end of the day for the 38 car. It just done blew up from there. And yeah, that was the end of the day for the 38. Big impact with the inside wall. Unfortunately, you're just not going to come back from an incident like that. Those things just happen. And then we had another incident here at the start of, well, right after that caution. It was caution breed caution there for a minute. And yeah, so essentially there were 3 wide coming out of 4. It was Blaney on the outside, Briscoe in the middle, Suarez on the inside. And essentially what I thought happened is that Briscoe seen Suarez coming up, tried to give him room, hit Blaney, came back down, got into Suarez, and then sent the 99 up the track. That was the end of Blaney's day. Oh yeah, this was the end of Kyle Larson's day too, because Daniel Suarez did clip Kyle Larson as he was wrecking. I think there was someone else involved in this wreck too. If I catch the onboards, I might be able to see it. I don't know, there might be another replay. Here we are, there's a better replay. Yeah, there's SVG, or sorry, Justin Haley, he was the other one that Suarez hit. Suarez got the 7 and the 5. That was unfortunately their day done and dusted, but I mean, this is where I want to take a little bit of a break to talk about Kyle Larson, man. I feel so bad for Kyle Larson. Having the double end like it did last year, and then having end like it did this year, wrecking out of both races, like, poor guy. Poor guy. I feel so bad for him. I wanted nothing more than Kyle Larson to just complete both races today. Unfortunately, that did not happen. At least this year, he got to compete in both. That is what we love to see. Kyle Larson got to compete in both races. He got to show what he was made of in both races. I know he got sent to the back early in Indy because he decided to pit in second gear, but he did work his way back up. He was into the mid-teens when he had that wreck with Kiffin and Stingray Robb. So, like, it happens, you know, that's just racing. But I just want to say commiserations, Kyle Larson. I think he would have had a great day today, but unfortunately that was the end of that. And I mean, then it really started to transform into the Byron versus Hamlin battle we were talking about. They were trading the lead in stage 3. It was back and forth, back and forth. And on the edge of this battle, just edging, trying to make his move, was the 77 of Hocevar. Carson Hocevar just kept working and working and working his way all the way up through the field the entire day, and he was right on the back of that battle towards the end of stage 3. Remember, the Coca-Cola 600 has 3 stages instead of 2. It's one of the only races that has a 3rd stage in a season. And Bell and Byron, they traded the lead. They were back and forth the entire day. It was honestly somewhat of a beauty to watch, and I honestly could have sat there and watched it all day. William Byron did win stage 3 though. Byron, I mean, he just got Hamlin at the right time. I think he passed Hamlin back with like 3 to go or something like that. So that was the win for William Byron and Team Hendrick in the final stage. And yeah, what else happened? Stage 3, there was an unfortunate incident for the, oh my god, the 77 of Hocevar. Both Hamlin and Hocevar beat the 24 off pit road, and I was like, well, damn, that could be an advantage. That could be a very, very big advantage for the 77 and the 11. But unfortunately, on that very restart, Carson Hocevar shifting up through the gears, and all of a sudden, his damn engine blew up. That was the end of the day for the 77 of Hocevar. Like, oh, I feel bad for Carson, man. I really do feel bad for Carson. But unfortunately, that was just the end of his day. It's just the way it goes sometimes for the 77 of Hocevar. And he's been in contention before. He's been up in these top 3, top 5 positions at the end of races so much. It just feels like so much is going wrong for him, whether honestly, most of it isn't even of his own doing. Honestly, that's the way I see it. He can close races out. You've seen that at Kansas just a couple of weeks ago in the truck race. Even with Lane Riggs smashing his rear end. That's going to be a NASCAR quote. But, yeah, no, like, Carson Hocevar can close out races. And, I mean, you guys know I'm a big Carson Hocevar guy. Met the guy, interviewed the guy. Super nice dude. Super nice dude. And I will fully back Carson Hocevar till, I don't even know, I don't even know, man. Till he does something really wrong. And I mean, even then I'll get on Hocevar's back, but I'm still going to support the kid. I really like him. I actually have a Carson Hocevar shirt that just came in the mail too. With the Chili's car. It was pretty sick. But yeah, then we went back to the Hamlin and Byron fight. Byron got the lead, and it was basically Byron holding off Hamlin till the pit stops. Bell came in. He was one of the first ones to make that green flag pit stop. Briscoe was in as well. Briscoe was working his way back up to the front the whole day. He had a pit stop penalty or something like that. Or, yeah, I think it was the very first pit stop under caution in stage 1 for Larson. Briscoe had a speeding penalty, or, oh no, it was an uncontrolled tire. And that put Briscoe back to the back. He worked his way up for the whole day. We're going to talk about someone else who worked their way up from the back very shortly. But yeah, Carson Hocevar started 39th too. That's crazy to think about. So much happened today. It was honestly unbelievable. But yeah, once Bell and Briscoe were in, it was Hamlin's turn to come in. And great call by the 2014 with Rudy Fugle. Fox would have never picked up on this, by the way. So we would have never known about this if Prime Video or wasn't the hosts, or friggin' NBC or TNT. I mean, we're yet to see TNT still, but at least we know what TNT's kind of like from the past. It was honestly fairly like a TNT race today. It felt like a mix between TNT and NBC. But yeah, so essentially the spotter of the 24, I don't know who it is, but he's essentially looking at Lambert, Denny Hamlin's spotter, essentially like waiting for the cue to, because the spotters have a cue to wave to people that they're pitting essentially, and just to let them know like, hey, don't run through the back of us or whatever, we're gonna come down pit road. Byron's spotter picked up on that, brought him down the same time as Denny Hamlin, which is such a smart call. And that honestly may have, well, it won William Byron the race at the time. And yeah, he was able to extend the lead on Denny Hamlin, pull away. Luckily for him, Denny Hamlin didn't get the second can of fuel in the car, so the 11 was short on fuel for the rest of the way. He had to come down pit road with like 12 to go or something crazy. Poor Denny Hamlin, but that's how it happens. Oh my god, I almost forgot about this when Reddick nearly crashed right in front of Byron. Oh my god, that could have been the end of Byron's day right there, but then there was a crazy melon man who found his way up to the front, and he was hunting down William Byron, guys. William Byron was on the back foot. Like, Chastain was absolutely hunting down the 24 car. He was full steam ahead, man. No looking back. Chastain was pedal to the metal. He was not giving an inch. And yeah, Logano was up there with dirty air. Chastain had the pressure on for like 10-15 laps or so. I think it was with 8 to go. Byron just got loose and he made the move to the inside. Yeah, well, I think, yeah, because, oh my god, I'm rolling over my words so much. Yeah, Byron got loose in the dirty air of Logano, which gave Chastain the opportunity to slide to the inside in a turn 1. Chastain just completes the slide job. He takes the lead away from the 24, and Ross Chastain goes on the defensive for the remaining laps, and the Watermelon Man from last on the grid wins the Coca-Cola 600. Unbelievable. How about that from Ross Chastain in a backup car? His pit crew didn't even get any sleep last night because they left the track at 2:30 trying to fix it. Came back at 5:30. Like, unbelievable story. And for a team that was called out at the beginning of this month for not being fast enough to go out and win this race, that is awesome. That is exactly what you want to see from a NASCAR Cup Series team. Like, that is so cool. So cool. And I mean, what a way for the first race on Amazon Prime to go. That, honestly, if you're Jeff Bezos, you're mouthing at the water because that was awesome. They're going to show highlights of this race for a very, very long time, man. Ross Chastain, unbelievable story to head into Nashville. Honestly, Chastain's my pick for Nashville next week. So I can't believe he went and won Charlotte too. He could go back to back next week. I don't know, it's crazy to think, man, but the Melon Man gets it done in the Queen City. Unbelievable result for Chastain. And let's get into your finishing results, man. That was awesome. What a race in Charlotte. What a World 600, man. That's all I gotta say. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into your finishing results from the Queen City. Ross Chastain, the Melon Man himself, from 40th on the grid in a backup car, wins the Coca-Cola 600. Just unbelievable, man. Unbelievable result for Chastain, man. Like, you can't honestly be any happier than that if you're the Melon Man. Like, tip of my hat to you, man. Tip of my hat to you. But William Byron finishes second, and it's Chase Briscoe in third. Yeah, Briscoe rebounded from a rough day at the start, and I mean, just had some things go his way. So good job, Chase Briscoe. AJ Allmendinger, for somehow, some way, pulled off a P4. He was in the top 10 the whole day. And another guy who's actually had a penalty on the same stop as Briscoe, Brad Keselowski, top 5. Holy crap, that 6 team needed that. Brad Keselowski, that could be absolutely massive for their season. I am not even going to lie to you guys. That could be absolutely massive for friggin' Keselowski season. That is unbelievable. Chase Elliott with another solid and strong points day here today in Charlotte. He was never really a contender for the win, but like usual, Elliott was in contention. He was running for the win. Good result. Well, not running for the win, but running for a top 5. He was up there. He was always in contention. He's just getting good solid points days like he does. Michael McDowell finishes 7th. Christopher Bell finishes 8th. Michael McDowell, he rebounded from missing his pit box earlier in the race too, so good on the 71 team. They rebounded well. Christopher Bell, he had an up and down day. He was down in the mid-20s at one point just from getting tight and not knowing how the car balance was going in the day-to-night transition, but Bell finishes P8, Ryan Preece P9. This team just seems to be getting solid points consistently, man, and honestly, that might genuinely net Ryan Preece a playoff spot. Never know, man. Never know. Noah Gragson, who had a top 10 car all day, calls off a P10. Solid result for Noah G. Ricky Stenhouse, P11, him and Josh Berry, who finished 12th, you never really talked about, but they pulled off decent days. Eric Jones, P13, Shane Van Gisbergen beat Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, Joey Logano on an oval. Damn, fair play. SVG, that was definitely one of SVG's better ovals in my opinion, so fair play to Shane, man. He showed up. He showed up today. That was SVG's best oval in the Cup Series. Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, Joey Logano. Yeah, Denny Hamlin probably could have easily won today. Should have had a top 3 finish in my opinion, but yeah, gotta get the car full of gas, man. That's just the way it goes. Joey Logano, P17. Todd Gilliland, P18. Ty Dillon, Austin Dillon. The Dillon brothers, 19th and 20th. That's kind of funny. Cole Custer, Chris Buescher, Connor Zillage, Ty Gibbs, who extended. He tried going long on that fuel strategy, waiting for a caution. That unfortunately never came. Tyler Reddick, who deserved a much better finish, deserved a top 5 in my opinion. He was that fast today. John Hunter Nemechek deserved a top 15 at bare minimum. He was another one of those guys who honestly deserved a great finish, but unfortunately just was not meant to be. Riley Herbst wrecked coming into the pits at one point. Alex Bowman, he wrecked in stage 1, and then Justin Haley, Austin Cindric. Austin Cindric just had a lot of pit road problems. Derek Krause was just slow. Josh Bilicki was just slow, and then Carson Osavar, Bubba Wallace, Daniel Suarez, Kyle Larson, Ryan Blaney, Zane Smith, and Jimmy Johnson all were DNFs. Now, who the hell do I pick for driver of the day today? That's going to be a very complicated one. Guys, as much as I don't want to pick the winner for my driver of the day, how can you not give it to Ross? Started at the back, drove his way all the way up to the front. I mean, you could make an argument for Hocevar, because, I mean, you could, just because his engine blew up and he didn't get to finish the race, but, like, dude. Chastain. You gotta hold my hands up. You could give it to William Byron, too. William Byron was the fastest car and deserved to win this race. That really was the truth. But the drive that Ross Chastain did today, just, you barely even talked about him until about midway through the final stage, the last like 50 laps. You barely talked about him till then. It's unbelievable to see the drive the one car put up today. Like, I can't help but tip my hat off to Chastain and the one team, man. I can't help but tip my hat to him. It was a great drive all around, and yeah, great performance by Chastain and the one team. Man, I sneezed when I was coming home from my buddy's house. My shoulder's been really sore since. I don't know why. I'll try to get a good sleep tonight and heal that up, but damn, weird. But anyway, driver of the day sorted out. Let's put this race on the Skyler scale. Guys, like, this Coca-Cola 600 was awesome. This was absolutely awesome. Like, I don't think if Chastain doesn't make that late comeback to win, I don't think it's as high, but like, it didn't turn into a crash fest. There was great racing all around the field. You could make a pass for the lead. Like, this was Charlotte at its best, man. This was Charlotte Motor Speedway at its best. I enjoyed every last second of today's race, and it's got to be a 90%. It wasn't perfect, but like, from start to finish, awesome race. Awesome race, dude. I can't even begin to say how, like, all I want to say is this race is awesome time and time and time again, dude, because it was so good. It was so good from start to finish. Why does my shoulder sting, man? This is so weird. But anyway, yeah, 90% on the Skyler scale. Let me know what you guys thought of this thrilling Coca-Cola 600 in the comments down below. I could sit here and talk about this all day, but yeah, I want to get to sleep. I want to go to bed, and I want to get this shoulder not to be sore. It's bad enough I'm going to be sitting here rotating it back and forth with a mouse, editing for a bit. Oh my god, dude, I don't understand why this hurts so much. I'm getting off topic, though. Oh, now I want to go to sleep, but that's the Coke 600 in the books. If you guys enjoyed today's race, and if you enjoyed my post-race recap, make sure you smash that like button. Don't forget to drop a comment down below. Subscribe and share with those notifications turned on so you miss a future upload here on the channel. And don't forget to join the Patreon and the Twitch, guys. Links are in the description down below. I said description earlier. I'm just pointing out where the description is. But yeah, wow, 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 wow. What a Coca-Cola 600, guys. What a Coca-Cola 600. Yeah. Our first true one that we've had since 2022, to be honest. I mean, 2023 was rained out. 2024 was canceled because of humidity halfway through. So, it was good to see the full distance. I was good to see the attrition trusted again. Glad to see drivers on the limit, and I'm glad we got a great race out of it. Guys, I will see you this time next week for my review of Nashville Super Speedway. Should be a fun one. I heard that race isn't even called the Ally 400 anymore. I want to see, before I leave, I want to see what this race next week is going to be called. It is the what? Come on, what is the friggin' race called? The Cracker Barrel 400. Oh, okay. So I'll see you guys this time next week for the Cracker Barrel 400. Jeez. I'll see you then, but until then, guys, take care and pause.